I just can't give it up. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and today we are back with another YouTube video, man. So for those of you guys who could tell from the thumbnail of this video, from the title, we have acquired another 6-speed 6th-gen Nissan Maxima, man. So a lot of you guys might know this car already. For those of you guys who do, you know how special this car right here is. For those of you guys who do not know about this car, this is my buddy Mr. Jason Lyrics. This is his 6th-gen Nissan Maxima. Now, full disclosure, I didn't actually buy this car, but it is going to be undergoing a few changes in my hands. I'm the guy who seems to acquire all of my friends' old Nissan vehicles, and this one right here, we're going to be starting the part out on relatively shortly. I just had the scrapper actually come and pick up the SER parts car, so that is gone. This one right here will be taking its place. Now, before we get into exactly why we're going to be parting this car out, I just have to say a few things just in this car's memory. Now, for those of you guys who know, when I have my black Altima, this car right here is actually what got me into modding my Nissans the way that I have been. This car right here, when I met J-Max, this thing has always been pretty much the bar as to what I wanted to reach with my personal cars. This thing was always faster than my cars. This thing was always better looking than my cars, and I got a lot of ideas and advice from this car and Mr. Jason Lyrics himself. So this car right here does have a special place in my heart, and to be honest, this car right here is actually the reason that I own my Altima, that I own my G35, that I actually stuck with Nissans. So for those of you guys who know, he recently bought an Infiniti G37 sedan. My boy J-Max still owns this car, and while it's here at Don Squally's Chop Shop, it is going to be the last place and time that this car ever runs. Now, unfortunately, right now, this car, the motor, from what I understand, is pretty much shot. From what I can tell, just from starting it and moving it around in my driveway, the transmission is pretty much shot as well. But what I think I'm going to do is grab the key, we'll start it up, and I'll give you guys a little look as to exactly what's the problem with this thing. Now, I gotta say, you guys know me. I'm an Altima boy. I just prefer the look and shape of the Altimas over the 6th gens, but I have to say, this right here, if I were to have a Maxima, this is pretty much the stance that I would want on it. But I do have the key. Hopefully the battery's not dead. I guess we'll jump up in here, give her a little bit of a start ski, and let you guys hear the engine. Lights are on. Let's see if she starts up. So as you can hear, we got some ticking coming from the motor. No response coming from the pedal. Actually, I gotta say, it sounds a lot better than it did yesterday when I moved it up to this spot. But when we move to the front here, you can hear we have got some issues here. So there's a lot of really good parts on this thing. 4-inch intake, gutted intake manifold. Actually, what I think I'm gonna do is turn this thing off real quick, since okay. Damn, bro. So as you can tell, this thing is in some pretty rough shape right now. What I'm assuming that is is I don't want to say rod knock, maybe lifter tick or something like that. Yesterday when I was moving it, it sounded like there was quite a bit of metal on metal coming from the transmission, so I'm not sure if the transmission's going to be any good on this thing. But nonetheless, there are some very valuable parts on here. So we got the gutted intake. We've got, I believe that's a NWP 75 mil throttle body, 4-inch intake here. If I'm not mistaken, it also has a plenum spacer as well. There is a C-Mod grill on it, but somebody actually hit the front bumper here, so it looks like the grill and the bumper are damaged. Headlights are definitely in good condition, all custom there. These wheels, I believe my boy is going to be keeping these for his G37. Does have, I believe, K-Sport coilovers on it. And the interior is just your basic 6th gen, doubled in there. I believe that's already spoken for. So yeah, for those of you guys who have, you know, seen what we do here on the channel, this car is going to be completely stripped out for parts. We're not going to be stripping this down quite as much as the SER. My buddy just wants a few key parts off of this thing so that he can sell them, make back some of his money. So if you guys do want anything or see anything on this car, or need anything that's not seen on the car that you just know is on it, let me know. I will get you in contact with my buddy. Everything is for sale as of right now, except for a few parts that have been spoken for. So again, let me know if you need anything. I'll get you in contact. But yeah, man, I just wanted to do a little bit of a walk around, as there is a lot of history with this car. I know a lot of my subscribers are familiar with this car, and I basically just wanted to do a little bit of a video to let you guys know why I have it and exactly what I'm going to be doing with it. So this right here is the end of a legacy. The reason that my buddy is parting it out is because he's been having some electrical issues with this car, going into limp mode. It'll drive fine for a few days and then just randomly go into limp mode. New engine harness has been put in, new engine has been put in. But you know, my boy, he's spent a lot of time, a lot of money on the Gold Digger. I don't know if I mentioned that this car is the Gold Digger, rightfully so. And you know, he's into something a little bit newer, a little bit faster, a little bit more reliable. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you are not already. I'll leave a link down in the description. Check out his G37. Check out what he's going to be doing to that, man. I would recommend it. Again, you know, this car inspired me not only to build my Nissans, build my G35 the way that I have, but in a way it also inspired me to be a little more active on YouTube, as my buddy Mr. Jason Lyric's been making videos for this for years. You guys might remember this thing.
He's not even worried. He's fucked. Get out of there, eh?
That was a had those 22s on it, had those Lambo doors, had the orange wrap on it. This car right here is iconic in the Nissan community. There's no question about that. But once it drives into that garage right there, it ain't gonna be driving back out, man. This thing's gonna be leaving on a flatbed. But I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go over in today's video. I'm gonna jump in this thing, pull it into the garage, get it on my rolling dollies, and hopefully this weekend we're gonna start tearing it apart. So again, if you guys did enjoy this one, don't forget to smash that like button if you guys want to see more on this car and you're not subscribed already. We're gonna have a couple more videos coming out with this Maxima specifically, just taking some parts off it. I'll give you guys some updates, and that's pretty much it, man. So we got another VQ here on the channel. I'm pretty excited for this one, man. I know there's a lot of things on here that might actually fit pretty nicely on this car, man. So we'll see if I can make somewhat of a deal with my boy here. But that is pretty much it for this one. So as always, I am your boy Denali, aka Don Squally. We're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace.